Welcome back, I'm Rachel, and in this video I'm going to go over the structure of the hyoid bone. This bone is also known as the lingual bone or the tongue bone. The hyoid bone is located in the upper anterior region of the neck. If we take a closer look at the right lateral view of just the head and neck bones, we can see the hyoid bone highlighted in red sitting under the mandible bone. If we now look just at the bones of the neck, we can see highlighted in red the hyoid bone sits in front of the cervical vertebrae at around the third cervical vertebra. Now we're going to look at the different landmarks and features of the hyoid bone. Here we have the superior view, the anterior view, and the right lateral view of this bone. This bone is U-shaped. This bone consists of a central body and on the sides 2 greater horns and 2 lesser horns. The first region of this bone is the body. The body of this bone is the central area of this bone. The body of this bone has 2 surfaces. The first of these surfaces is the anterior surface. This surface is convex and faces anteriorly and superiorly. This surface has a transverse ridge along the length of the body. In some cases, a vertical ridge is also present at the midline of the body. The second surface is the posterior surface, which is located on the back of this bone. This surface is concave in shape and smooth. It faces posteriorly and inferiorly. The next parts of this bone are the 2 greater horns. The greater horns are also known as the greater cornua. They project posteriorly from each side of the body of this bone. They narrow along the length, terminating with the tubercle. The final parts of this bone are the 2 lesser horns. The lesser horns are also known as the lesser cornua. They are small projections from each side of the bone at the junction between the body and the greater horns. The base of each of the lesser horns connects to the body of the bone via fibrous tissue. What about the other bones the hyoid bone articulates with? This bone is unique amongst the bones as it is the only bone in the human body that doesn't articulate directly with any other bone. What about the muscles that attach to this bone? Many muscles attach to this bone. The genioglossus muscle inserts onto the body of this bone. The geniohyoid muscle inserts onto the anterior surface of the body of this bone. The chondroglossus muscle originates from the lesser horn of this bone. The sternohyoid muscle inserts onto the inferior border of the body of this bone. The mylohyoid muscle inserts onto the body of this bone. The superior belly of the omohyoid muscle inserts onto the inferior border of this bone. The stylohyoid muscle inserts onto the body of the hyoid bone. The hyoglossus muscle originates from the body and greater horn of this bone. And finally, the middle pharyngeal constrictor muscle originates from both the greater horn and the lesser horn of this bone. And that concludes this video on the structure of the hyoid bone. I hope you found it helpful.
Thank you for watching. If you want to support this channel, please subscribe and check out more of my videos.